What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of our MLB the Show draft-only franchise with the Birmingham Barons. Just wrapped up a very promising draft, but now it's time to finish off Season 1 here with a team that has been very promising, and we're now to the point of the year where the playoff race is on. And I do think we are, perhaps the best team in the league, if not one of them at least. And so we definitely have a shot to promote to AAA in just 1 year. But it's time to actually put the money where our mouth is and get it done and see if we can accomplish our goal. Of course, contact is definitely the strength of this team, and hoping that it can shine through in these last couple months of the season. We'll get a leadoff walk here with Carl McIntyre, bringing up Marty Dempsey. Definitely does a lot better against righties, but still hits in the 2 spot against lefties. This time he'll strike out. Something we might change down the stretch, or at least going into next year, is I don't want him hitting that high against lefties, as he is kind of a little bit of a platoon player. Alden Evans hitting over 300 this year. And even with the pitch out, Carl McIntyre will still second his 18th stolen base of the season. That combination of speed and stolen base rating to help his timing, it makes him a lethal threat on the base path. Alden Evans would end up walking in his at-bat, so 2 walks here, top of the first for the Barons, showing that we not only have contact but some good discipline as well as Vasquez. 3 of the first 4 batters will walk in this game, loading the bases. Gotta get something out of this. Jason Gill would end up getting plunked in the leg, bringing home the first run of the game. Benito Vasquez just got to avoid the double play here, and he can't do it. We're only going to get 1 run out of it. Thought at least we were going to get 2. But wanted to see this game because I wanted to get another view at Buster Pringle. Our ace this year has been playing very well in that role, I think. And he'll get the strikeout on that one. Now 12 pitches in, 1-0 pitch coming up. This one is hit down the line. Marty Dempsey can't quite glove it cleanly. So the Rocket City Trash Pandas, which by the way, is my favorite name in all of sports. Rocket City Trash Pandas. What a name, but we would retire them quietly here in the first. 1-0 lead now heading into the second. Chad Pollock gets a hold of this one deep to right center field. The diving play can't be made. So Chad Pollock and his speed will get the extra base hit. He's going for 3, and he's going to get it. Not a traditional first baseman. That wasn't his natural position. We forced him to play it, and so you're seeing a lot of speed from him. Kevin Sandoval hitting 9th against lefties. It's this one fairly deep. It is caught, but that should be easy tag range. And that will extend our lead with the sacrifice fly from Sandoval, who has easily been my favorite player here in year 1 in terms of just outperforming what I thought he was going to be. Pringle here will continue to rack up some strikeouts to start out the second. This one is top of the zone, hit well. Vasquez, this is Velasquez. Too many Vasquezes and Velasquezes in our 2 franchises. Hard to keep track of who's who. But speaking of Leandro Velasquez, he's up to the plate now. Walked in his first at-bat, and this one's going for extras here in his second. The 2-1 pitch will be smoked to left center field. And so we've got a 2-out double and a man in scoring position for Jason Gill. Can he bring him across? This one's hit well, but caught in right field. So we'll strand Velasquez in scoring position. 0-0 pitch here is hit over to Blake Boyer, but throw on the move will get Maitan out here, and that will flip over the top of the order for the Trash Pandas. Boyer, they're able to track the liner, and the Pandas will get a third consecutive inning with no runs across the board. Boyer made some nice defensive plays on the bottom of the third, top of the fourth here. Can't quite get a hit. A nice throw on the move there from short for Rocket City. Armis Garcia probably thought he might have had a hit on that one, but Jason Gill able to range over and make the play. He actually has the highest fielding stat on the team. Wow, that slider definitely got Monahan swinging at some garbage there. That was well inside. You like to see that. Beautifully located fastball will get another strikeout here. 4 consecutive shutout innings for Pringle. Has only allowed 1 hit thus far, but we've only had 2. Talked about this team's contact and discipline being what could carry us to, you know, this first season AA championship. It hasn't quite shown up today. Tucker Davidson with a nice pitch on the inside gets Sandoval looking for the strikeout there. Marty Dempsey hasn't had a great day. Like I said, he's not the best against the lefties here, and his hitless day will continue. So the Birmingham Barons lead will remain 2-0 as we are now halfway through this ball game. Pringle doing a good job of keeping that pitch count low as he'll get another strikeout here. Low and outside. Maybe getting a little bit of help from the ump on that one, as I've definitely seen that thing called ball plenty of times. That one you can't call a ball, though, if he's swinging at some garbage outside of the zone. Continues to be a good strikeout day for Pringle here. Warner Blakely will lift this one to right. Velasquez has a good beat on it. And Buster Pringle's impressive pitching day continues. Broken bat here for Jason Gill, and he will be retired as we go down quietly in the 6th. Not a lot of offense here in these middle innings to speak of at all. Bonilla will just beat the throw from Blake Boyer. That's where maybe improving on a better defensive shortstop with a bigger arm maybe could have made a difference on that play. You never know. Might have just been bang bang no matter what. But Maitan coming back up, he's going to get a hit as well. And so with no outs here in the 6th, bottom of the 6th, not top of the 6th. The Pandas are in their best spot to score for the first time in this game. Armis Garcia is going to swing and miss. And that's 2 straight outs for Pringle at the plate. Runners have still not advanced, and so Pringle might get out of this inning. What looked like a very easy opportunity for the Pandas to score. Trash Pandas, that is. Might be able to get out of this scoreless. Let's see. Rob Monahan lifts this one to right, and Velasquez tracks it down. So close to being a hit and a run scored, but couldn't quite get it done. And so offense definitely has slowed down to a halt in the middle innings. Let's see if this last third of the ball game can prove that our contact is actually good. Benito Vasquez would reach your top of the 7th with the leadoff single on the full count pitch. And it seems like it's been the first time in a while since we've actually gotten a hit. And Boyer would get bean, almost went on that pitch. It looks like he checked it and will reach base via hit by pitch. Kevin Sandoval, can he bring across a run? This one's hit into right and caught at the wall. We'll have the runner tag, so we've got the man on the corners here with 2 outs. Carl McIntyre 0 for 2 today. He's shown up in big moments throughout this series. He'll reach base here, gets walked. Pitcher wasn't trying too hard to give Carl McIntyre something to hit. Dempsey lifts this one. And with the bases loaded for the second time in this game, we just haven't been able to quite get as much across as I would like to. Pitcher's fired up as he should be. Score remains 2-0, but that was the best inning we've been able to construct offensively in quite some time. Pringle will remain there in the 7th inning. He'll get a walk allowed, but then come right back with a strikeout. Ramirez not happy with the call, but I thought it was a good one. That's been a spot where the ump has been pretty generous throughout this game, and so he continues to be right there. Pringle's pitch count now into the 90s. This one is going to be a double play as Boyer was able to field that in the air. Took me a minute to understand, like in real time when I recorded what happened there, but that ball never touched the ground, and so the double play was had. Jason Gill, no doubt about it, deep to right. Almost went foul, but this will stay fair, and Gill, with his 3rd home run of the season, will extend our lead up to now 3 runs. Very excited to have him back as of last episode. I think one of the reasons I am very hopeful that this team could win the AA championship is because we've been playing well, and we've been without this guy for a big portion of the season, and he's definitely one of our best, both long-term players as well as players in the now. Pringle would still remain in the game here in the 8th inning. He's been excellent, so I can't blame the CPU here, but his pitch count is quite high now. His stamina is in the 80s, but you got to think that his stamina is pretty depleted at this point. This is going to be a nice hit out to left field, back and gone. The Trash Pandas are on the board, and you got to think that will spell the end of the day for Buster Pringle, as the complete game shutout is now off the table for him. But Rocket City not going to go down quietly. Still just a 2-run game. And they've got some outs to play with to make up the difference. And we'll see if our bullpen can close this one out. Or, you know what? They might just keep Pringle in, but it looks like they will sub Pringle out. Very, very good inning. Sorry, not inning, but outing in general for him. That would bring up David Ryan. Only a deep potential guy, but is one of our highest overall guys. Trying to come in and help us secure the victory. Would start his day with a strikeout there and get through the inning cleanly. Bringing up top of the 9th for us, we have one more opportunity to extend our lead. Pollock is going to get on base with 1 out here with the single on the 1-1 pitch from Jeff Hoffman coming into the game for the 9th. Not the most impressive hit as he's talking there with the first base coach, but hey, a hit is a hit is a hit. Sandoval, that was a nicely hit ball, but straight into the glove over at first base. He'll be out, and so it'll be a 2-run lead and a save opportunity for Ezra Rodriguez. Got the first 2 outs easily here, and the 3rd one is looking to be acquired as well, as that will fly out directly to Carl McIntyre, and the Barons would secure the 3-1 win here against Rocket City. Wasn't the best showcase, I think, of our team's best skill set of kind of the contact hitting, as we end up with only 5 hits, but when we got hits, we were able to bring across the players decently enough. Actually, that's not even correct. We had the bases loaded twice in this game and came up with a grand total of 1 run in those 2 innings. So, not, our best showing in terms of like contact hitting and clutch and thus. And so, with kind of that being a more disappointing offensive game, wanted to get a second in here today. Also wanted to get another opportunity to see John May pitch. He'll start with the strikeout there, bring up Juan Villarreal, who will get this one safely to first. Vasquez with the diving attempt, just couldn't field it cleanly. He's not the best fielder, so I'm not surprised that he couldn't get that one. Lewin Diaz would fly out to Gil to end the first, so Pensacola will be retired without any runs. McIntyre hitting 285 on the year. 3-1 pitch. This one is hit into center. So second straight leadoff play by Carl McIntyre getting on first. Marty Dempsey facing another lefty. Not going to be the best showcase of his skill set, but this time he does get a hit. And McIntyre will hold at second, but a man in scoring position. No outs again. Another promising first inning. Can we actually get some good results here? And just like the first inning, we ground into a double play that kind of kills the momentum of the inning. Gotta see more from, I think, especially Alden Evans. He's having a really good year in simulation, but when we watch him, I just always feel disappointed in him. And for the second straight game, we waste a good potential first inning. At least last time we got one run across. Ryan O'Keefe is going to lift this one to center, and we retire the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Another pretty fun name here in minor league baseball, but they go down quietly. But unfortunately for us here in the second, flying out is Blake Boyer. We go down just as quietly. John May here now, 2-2 pitch with one out. That changeup is beautifully located, and we'll get the swing and a miss for another strikeout for him. 0-2 coming up. Fastball top of the zone will be hit on, but he got underneath it, and McIntyre makes the easy play in center. And our offense finally wake up a little bit here. Sandoval will chop this one right up the middle, just past the pitcher. And with one out, he is on first base now. Didn't have much of an impact in the first game, so glad to see him get on base here. He did drive in a run, though, just on a sacrifice fly. McIntyre's second straight at bat will be a single once again. And a lot of balls up the middle here in this game. Marty Dempsey, please no. We did it again. We grounded into another double play. What is going on with us in this game, dude? In this episode, I should say, as it's between the two games. We've now grounded into 3 double plays in this episode. Nice play by Dempsey there to outstretch the arm and snag that one. Jose Devers not happy he didn't reach base. Can't blame the guy there. Changeup has Villarreal swinging ahead of it for another strikeout. And now things are looking similar to how they were last game. Just the offense isn't quite here, but the pitching is making up for it. You know what? As much as I think this team's skill set should be, these high run, getting a bunch of contact and getting on base a ton games, I'll take a win however I can get it. Alden Evans with his 20th stolen base. He's not quite as fast as McIntyre, but he does have a really good steal rating as well. Jason Gill had a solo homer in the first game, and this time he's looking to bring Alden Evans home and does just that with the RBI double. And bottom of the fourth, a team has finally scored. It is a rainy day, so maybe that is stifling the offense a little bit. Boyer gets a hit as well. Is that going to bring home a runner? It will. An RBI single now for Boyer with 2 outs. Offense starting to pick up a little bit here in the fourth. And Pollock, I thought, had a good hit on that one as well, but first baseman was ready. And with the quick reaction, able to get the out. Tyler Esplin will be caught over there. Fly ball to Jason Gill. Some nice range there. And this one is outside, but going to get the hit for Mesa on the 3-1 pitch. Thought it was a pretty good pitch, but sometimes the bat is just good enough to sneak it into the infield. Ryan O'Keefe also will find the gap here, so with 1 out, we've got a couple of base runners now for the Blue Wahoos. Roberts 0 for 1 on the day. This one will also be a hit. So now 3 straight base hits, and this one's going for extras. Pensacola is now looking to get on the board. The relay throw is going to be in time for the tag out. Beautifully done on that one. Pensacola wanted 2 there, but Velasquez gets it. Nice throw over to Vasquez. Another nice throw right on time. And Kevin Sandoval with the tag out. Always nice to see some exciting defensive plays from the boys as well. Aaron McIntyre ranging over to this shallow center field to secure the last out of the inning. Pensacola's, their offense definitely woke up here top of the 5th, but able to hold them to just 1. McIntyre now 3 straight hits. He goes for 2 here. Risky move, but it ends up paying off. His 17th double of the season. And he's had a good showcase today, reaching not even on walks, on actual hits, all 3 plate appearances. Marty Dempsey would draw a walk. Speaking of walks, now Alden Evans, he has a really good clutch rating. Hasn't really showed it much in our episodes here. Goodness, if he grounds into another double play. Alden Evans, man, I don't know about this guy. He's supposed to be, he's like hitting in our 3 spot, supposed to be our best hitter. The dude chokes. I am excited to have Alberto Rincon coming into the franchise. Of course, drafted him in the last episode. I'm ready to not see Alden Evans choke a bunch of opportunities. And speaking of choking, we choke away an out there with a bad throw from Blake Boyer. He's frustrated with himself. With just a 1-run lead, that is a very potentially costly error. We'll ground into it. We'll get a double play of our own. Excuse me, we won't ground into it. But Blake Boyer, both hands on his back, trying to work through some stiffness. This is the first time I've actually seen an injury in our game, I think. Luckily for us, Jeff Melvin is actually better than Blake Boyer ratings-wise. We've just been starting Boyer for his potential. So shouldn't be missing too much of a beat for the remainder of this game. But Lewin Diaz is going to be back up to the plate. He got the first run across the plate, and he's going to get the next as well. So Diaz kind of carrying this Pensacola offense at the moment. Tyler Espin up to the plate. Flies out. Sandoval finds it. Catches it. But Lewin Diaz, man. And that error does come back to haunt us in the end, as it feels like errors so often do in this game. Full count here for Velasquez. A very generous call there. Velasquez doesn't complain to the ump, though. Just kind of takes it like a man. And we get another strikeout in the same location. Gil was a little bit less pleased with the call. And we strike out looking the entire side. Swing at the ball, dude. He's proven that he's calling that. Just swing the bat. Luke McCann will allow a base hit here. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Bringing up Kobe Fletcher Vance, who on the 1-0 pitch is going to pop out to Chad Pollock. We'll try to commentate through a yawn here, but Jeff Melvin up to the plate in place of the injured Blake Boyer. Got a nice hold of that ball, but it will still be an out. Now 2 outs acquired. Kevin Sandoval up to the plate. This one's not looking too promising for him. And our offense just has not had its best showcase in today's episodes. Edmundo Pinero would allow a base runner on his first at bat here. 2-2 pitch now coming up to Villarreal. That's a swing and a miss. Not a pretty one at that. Got acquired now. Man on second. This one's going to be down the third base line. And it will score another Pensacola run. Now they have the lead, top of the 8th. Things not looking good for us. All this contact hitting and clutch that I've been raving about is going to need to come into play for this team. But Cal McIntyre's been our best player today. And he's going to reach base yet again. 4 for 4, Cal McIntyre. He's now on second here as Alden Evans would be out yet again, dude. Alden Evans, what is up with this guy? It's not just like today has been the best showcase of how bad he's been for us in these episodes, but he just like has always been this way. I haven't had like a good Alden Evans game, it feels like, in this franchise. Which is really disappointing because he's not much of a fielder. His whole thing is that he's a great contact hitter with a really good clutch. But that never shows up. It does in simulation though, so he's having a really excellent season in simulation. Which at the end of the day, when we're playing what, like 10 games out of 100 plus? Actually, I don't know if AA plays 100 plus, if I'm being honest. But score will remain 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th. Can we come up and make something happen? Jason Gill's been good for us this episode, but can't find the gap there. Benito Vasquez, right to first base. Diaz makes the play. Now that brings up Jeff Melvin, 0 for 1 on the day. And he strikes out on the curveball, so we will lose 3-2. 5 runs in 2 games. Not the best showcase for us, but we went 1-1 in the end. Player of the game is Luis Diaz. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. It's kind of their offense for this game, pretty much. But 19 and 15 after that loss, we would end up simulating the month of August. We are now 35 and 22. I don't simulate them live just because there's so many injuries happening to Joe Randoms in the AAA and Major League level that I just don't want to constantly show you guys. So we're ranked as the 3rd best team in AA. We are atop the division by 2 games over the Trash Pandas. So I think there's a really good shot we make the playoffs, but we have to finish off with a strong September. We will, of course, be playing September in next episode. But that's all I've got for this episode. We'll be back with that September episode later this week. And I will see you then.